by sleeping over at my new girlfriend's house and taking sleeping pills. I 38 am in the process of a high-conflict divorce, 5 years in the making. After 8 years married, 5 months ago I met a wonderful woman. She has been very understanding with the situation with my soon-to-be ex and kids. We've put off sleeping over since I was still living with my wife in our house. A couple of weeks ago, the court ordered my wife to move out and we now exchange the kids every week. This was her week with the kids, and my girlfriend and I decided to finally have a sleepover. Throughout the whole divorce process I have been having trouble sleeping, and have been taking sleeping pills on and off for the past 6 months. This week was particularly hard with the kids out of the house, and by Thursday I had had a total 10 hours of sleep. So I go to the pharmacy to get sleeping pills. My girlfriend has already warned me she is a light sleeper and has a strict schedule of going to sleep at 10 p.m. So I want our first night to go well with no disturbance from me. Secondly, my experience has taught me that I need at least 3 sleeping pills to feel the effects, and even then they take a few hours to kick in. Granted, I've never used this particular brand, but I trust my experience, given that I'm 115 kilograms and 201 m and don't drink or take drugs. It might be that I'm just not that responsive to sleeping agents. So I get to her house after a tough day in the office where I had to let go of staff. I'm sleep deprived and emotionally exhausted. We order pizza and salad, and when it arrives we sit down to eat. It's around 7 p.m., so I decide to take the pills then so they would have time to do their thing. We get through the salad, and by the time we get to the pizza I'm starting to feel woozy. By the end of the meal, I can't see straight, it's difficult to form sentences, and I'm experiencing very strong hiccups. My girlfriend sits me on the couch and rubs my back to help with the hiccups, and within 20 minutes they were gone. She helps me brush my teeth and helps me into bed. It is just after 8 p.m. and she jumps in the bed with me and rubs my back and arms until I'm asleep. Next thing I know, I feel a fart coming on and just let it rip. As you can guess, it was a trick. My sphincter was playing on my sleeping pill-soaked brain, and I go on to make a deposit of loose change in my underpants. I jump out of the bed and run to the bathroom. I try to quietly clean up, and long story short, I go through a roll of toilet paper and ruin 2 hand towels and the little carpet by the toilet in the process. I get out of the bathroom and run into my very worried girlfriend pacing the hallway. I tell her what happened and she bursts out laughing, tells me not to worry, and after assuring me I didn't shit the bed as well, puts me back to sleep. I woke up this morning to a clean bathroom, laundered towels and underwear, and a fresh cup of coffee. She's a keeper. Lesson: not all sleeping pills are equal. Some come with added shards. Underestimated strength and side effects of sleeping pills, and shat myself on first sleepover with new girlfriend. I shit on my girlfriend's couch when we first started dating. Been married 13 years this year. Now I know why I can't keep a girlfriend. I need to shit on their couch earlier in the relationship. Do you have any other advice? I shit on my GF once. We are no longer together. If I ever get back into the dating game I'm going to have to try shitting on the first date. Clearly based on comments it works. Damn, keep that girl. For real. Harha. My wife peed her pants the night we got married. Going on 11 years in March. Keep this one. Damn. Sounds like you're a keeper as well. I was expecting something like you ended up sleeping in super late, but no, not even close. Thanks for the laugh though. Lol. BTW, I've never shat myself, but this reminds me of laying in bed reading and letting out a loud fart and desperately trying not laugh from my GF jumping in her sleep. I guess I am the only one wondering, she helped you brush your teeth? Harha, she put the toothpaste on the toothbrush and reminded me to spit. She's adorable. You treat the girl right, you hear me? You had us in the first half, NGL. My lady did something similar once. Advice: never bring it up, or joke about it. But respect a million times over for knowing she could have made that the most embarrassing night of your life, and she didn't, 'cause she definitely thinks you're a keeper too. Please take medicine as directed. It ended well this time, it could have been much more serious. Right? I'm surprised that hardly anybody else is mentioning that the dude was showing signs of having seriously overdosed on sleeping pills. That's very embarrassing. But on a serious note, I'm glad to hear things are starting to look up for you again on the relationship front, and I hope everyone at work lands on their feet. I'm sure they will. I know it's none of my business and I'm not saying to do anything straight away, but start thinking of an exit plan for the pills. There are tons of great sleep physicians out there. Keep her. My husband was divorced with 3 kids, 30 years old, and trying to get sober after getting out of jail after his ex pressed charges against him for writing a check on their joint account. He was a mess. Now, we're celebrating 14 years married this year, have 4 kids of our own. He's 11 years sober, and I still couldn't imagine myself with anyone else. He definitely wasn't what I thought I'd find, but he was it. I had no choice in the matter. Smiling face with smiling eyes. I hope you get some sleep soon. Insomnia is a bitch, I know all too well myself. Good luck to you. I have a similar story. I, 36M, was married for 8 years and have now been divorced for 4. I finally started dating a couple of years ago and met this beautiful girl on Bumble. Everything is going great. Similar interests, great chemistry, yada yada yada. Everything was awesome. So awesome, I was eventually invited to sleep over at her place. So a little backstory. I have suffered from nosebleeds my entire life. They can just randomly pop up out of the blue, so I have to always be ready for one. Kleenex in my pockets at all times. It's a pain in the butt, but I've gotten used to it over the years. You see where this is going. We inevitably end up in her bedroom, sans clothing, and things began getting a little frisky. At one point, I was, on top. I'm looking into her eyes thinking, why does this beautiful woman even like me, when it happened? And not just a little drop either. All over her face. A little on the eye. Some in her hair. A lot on her freshly washed sheets. Good times. Well, it was fun while it lasted. I run to the bathroom, apologizing along the way as blood is dripping down my face. I clean myself off and after what seemed like an eternity, nervously walk back into the room. She had apparently cleaned herself up in the downstairs bathroom, and was in the process of removing her blood-stained sheets. When she saw me, she smiled and said, "You're going to have to do a whole lot worse than that to get rid of me." Somehow, she was not turned off after getting a shower of schnozzelicore. We even finished the deed. We got engaged last year and her still going strong. Don't let years get away.